Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm Alistair and today I'm going to be reviewing the Saucony Ride 19. The Ride 19 is Saucony's no-fuss neutral daily trainer. So you can think of it as the neutral version of the Guide 19. So there's no stability features in here and it's a little bit snappier if you do want to pick up the pace a little bit more, a little bit less bulky, a little bit more lightweight. And it's really reliable for easy miles, steady runs, and just using it as a lifestyle shoe or for walking. Okay, let's get into the key specifications and then I'll go over my performance review. They cost $140 and you'll be able to pick up a pair in January 2026. So not long to wait now. They weigh 8.9 ounces or 252 grams. That's for a size US men's 9, my pair. They have a drop of 8 millimeters and that's 36 millimeters at the heel and 28 millimeters under the forefoot. That's a difference of plus 1 millimeters all the way across the stack compared to the previous version. And that's partly why it feels softer, but not the only reason. The upper mesh is still very breathable. It's got that nice stretch that you may have come to love from the previous version. And it really does lock your foot down very well. The lacing system is traditional, but works very, very well. And overall, it's very comforting to slip your foot into. The midsole is now using a reformulated, softer SCF PWRRUN Plus foam, and that is the other reason it feels softer than the previous version. Not just that extra 1 millimeters of stack. There's something different going on with the foam now, and it just gives you a more protective ride underfoot, and you're definitely going to notice it, especially with that deep heel cup. The outsole is using XT900 rubber compound with more forefoot coverage, and it's now got flex grooves, which makes the shoe a little bit easier to flex. Not a huge amount easier than the previous version, but it's certainly easier to actually initiate the flex all the way through, whereas the previous version would flex and then kind of pop in on itself. That's what the flex grooves do. And what it means for you on your run is just a smoother transition from heel landing to toe takeoff. And extra features include a wider base, giving it more stability on the run, which is needed because it is a softer running shoe. And there is also 360-degree reflectivity. So you'll be kept safe during low light conditions. When it comes to sizing and fit, the Ride 19 is very much true to size. So go with your usual US sizing and you'll be happy with that. And if you really enjoyed version 18, then go with the usual size. It feels very similar to that one. It is true to size and length, has a medium width. There's a good amount of room in the toe box for those who need it, which means you are able to get nice toe splay. I find that really helps if you are trying to get more power out of your stride, but also it helps temperature regulation within the shoe, and it just feels more comfortable over longer distances because if your feet do swell, there's room to accommodate that. The much deeper heel cradle certainly feels different to the previous version, but like I said, it's very comforting. It does feel sort of narrower underneath your foot to some degree, but that's literally just the shoe hugging your heel. And it actually feels quite nice and supportive on the run. And it does improve the heel lock as well because your foot is literally in the shoe. It's sunk in the shoe and the shoe wraps around it. The upper is nice and breathable so it feels comfortable on the run. And you've got all this nice padding on the tongue, the collars, and the heel counter. And it just makes the step-in feel really, really cloud-like. If you're enjoying this review, please give a video a like. I really do appreciate it when you guys do that. It shows your support and appreciation for the work I do to bring out these videos. And subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, just tap that subscribe button and hit that notification bell. That'll let you know as soon as new shoe reviews drop. You're not going to want to miss what's coming up. It is available in January 2026. But if you're watching this in the future and you've had experience running in it, please put that experience down in the comments. It really helps my followers, subscribers, and just anyone who watches the video determine whether or not this shoe is going to be best for them. So the more information, the better. Thank you. Well, you've made it to my performance review. I'm going to start by talking about the ride and how it feels underfoot, because that's the biggest change from the previous version. And that is mostly coming from the geometry of a midsole, that huge heel cup that I mentioned, and how it just hugs, grabs the bottom of your foot and supports it as you run. But also, it's the foam. It's been reformulated. So it's now the SCF PWRRUN Plus foam from Saucony, which gives you a softer ride, but also a more responsive ride. So you sink into it, but it bounces back. It pushes you back, so you're not losing too much energy on the run. And it feels very well balanced all the way across the shoe, from the forefoot all the way to the heel. So no matter where you land on your stride, if you're a forefoot striker or a heel striker, it's going to feel very consistent. And that's a really good thing with a daily trainer, because you are just going to be doing slower paced runs, and you're very likely just going to be using the shoe as a walking shoe as well. So you do want a foam that is soft and supportive and protective underfoot. You want to hopefully get more out than you put in when it comes to a running shoe. And I feel like the Ride 19 does that really well. It is a daily trainer, so it's going to make you work harder than if you were to, say, have a tempo running shoe or a more responsive foamed midsole or a shoe with a plate in it. But that's what you really want to be doing for your daily jogs or your recovery jogs or longer mileage. You want to be working harder so that when it comes to race day, you swap it out for a more responsive shoe with a stiffer flex. Maybe it's got a plate. So then you're basically training hard and racing easy. So the midsole is really good for steady miles. It's kind of responsive enough for that, but it's not poppy enough for doing speed sessions. I found this shoe to be a much better performer when I'm going at a slower pace. It just made me settle into a slower pace. So I feel that's where this is really trying to put the runner in those easier type jogs. And that's fine, that's exactly what it's for. It's just supposed to be a very comfortable shoe to help you get your base mileage, and it does it really well. The traction on the outsole has been very good so far. It is a hard compound, which you might already be familiar with from Saucony. And that's good and bad. Hard compounds are more durable, they last longer, and there is good coverage here, so I do expect the durability of the outsole to do pretty well over time. But do be aware, hard rubber compounds like this are not that good when it comes to wet, slick surfaces. So very slick road surfaces or painted lines on the road in the wet are going to be pretty sketchy, so just avoid them on the run and you won't have to worry about it. If you're wondering how the Ride 19 compares to other neutral daily trainers right now, well, head up there. That'll take you to my roundup of the best daily trainers right now. Now, I'm not going to be adding this one on that list just yet because it's not available to purchase yet, so I'm not going to put it on the list until you can buy it, because that's just too much of a tease and I just wouldn't do that to you guys. So definitely join my site. It's free to join and become a member. Then you'll get my newsletter as and when shoes get released and when my new reviews drop. Definitely do that. You get way more benefits if you're a member of the site as well. And there's a lot of enjoyable content on there for you to read. But I can tell you, this is going to rank very highly on there. We've made it to my final verdict. Is the Ride 19 worth $140? Yes, it's very much worth it. The Ride is still the Ride in so many ways, but it's definitely got a very different feel underfoot, the step-in feel, I guess you could call it. It's a lot more cushioned. The heel cup feels a lot more supportive. It's kind of just hugs your foot. It feels very comfortable, and that also gives you a good heel lock. So I do feel like there is less energy lost in this shoe, but overall it feels just more comfortable for those longer mileage type runs, slower paced runs. They've really pushed the cushioned or the comfort side of this shoe as much as it can go, I think, with the Ride series. That's how it differs the most from the previous version. It's just like a oversized comfort version. And I guess that's what most people want from a daily trainer. A a comfortable shoe that allows them to get base mileage. That is the Ride 19. So if you're looking for your next neutral daily trainer, the Ride 19 has to be on your radar. Well, thanks again for watching this review. Really hope you enjoyed it. Remember to subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you on the next shoe review. Peace.